Hello, welcome to the Heart's Content Cable Station. We're the landing site of the first successful transatlantic cable in July of 1866. The transatlantic cable operated here in Heart's Content for 99 years. That takes us up to 1965. In the cable station here, you'll see a full history of what telecommunications would have been like throughout that 99-year period. We start with the mirror galvanometer, which you see right here. Upstairs, you would have seen the equipment room, which dates back to about 1920, and it looks exactly as the station did when we closed in 1965. You will be able to enjoy a fully guided tour and also see a 20-minute film to give you the full history of what took place here in Heart's Content. So right here you see the multiplex setup, and this is from about 1920 to 1965. Multiplex means multiple messages in multiple directions at the same time. During this time period, they would have been able to carry about 6 messages on each wire, and then those messages would be divided up and sent over the rest of the wires to their final destinations.
How did this impact the communities around?
It had a pretty big impact in Heart's Content, mostly. Some of the surrounding communities would have benefited from this as well. But for the initial times in 1866, there were no locals hired here. And then as time progressed, more locals began to be hired here, and then eventually it was all locals working here. And it really did revolutionize the way the town kind of worked. Heart's Content was a fishing village, no different than any other. And in comes the Great Eastern and a 700-foot ship, the cable, and a bunch of people, and changed sort of the face of the town and made Heart's Content more of a city-type place. There was a large church here. There were a row house built for the cable station, luxurious homes, all sorts of things that you would have seen in other larger centers, not in Outport, Newfoundland.
I noticed a board here.
Yeah, so that's a Morse code board. We would have operated on Morse code for the most part. If you come over here, you'll see that you can actually demonstrate what Morse code would have sounded like. Now this, however, is wireless Morse code, which didn't happen here at the cable station. We were a cable station, not a wireless station. But this just lets you kind of hear what it would have sounded like. So initially when the station started, the main purpose of the cable was to communicate between the old world and the new, mostly stock market deals because the average person couldn't afford to send a message here. So mostly it was to communicate between London and New York. And then as time progressed and the technology advanced, it became cheaper like all other technologies. It was more widely accessible to people. So for further information about the cable station or any of our other provincial historic sites in the province, please visit www.seetosites.ca. We open here at Heart's Content from the long weekend in May till the long weekend in October. We're open from 9:30 to 5 daily, and we'd love to see you visit.